Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this New York crowd wants some love from their Knicks. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Here's Brunson. Following the basket by Derek White.
Can't overplay Brunson to shoot. He will go right past you.
4-2. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum. He said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Well, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Thanks, David. Back to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Plenty of power on that slam. Towns was not messing around.
Outside Holiday. Back to Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Out to Brunson. Towns, the screen. In the corner, it's Bridges. Good on the triple.
No hesitation from Bridges. He gets the ball and is primed to take that shot.
Outside Tatum. From deep. And it's White missing. Now the Knicks with it. It's a three-point game.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Tatum. Jason Tatum. And they pick up two. Tatum's got his second basket.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
Now here's Brunson. Anunoby in the corner. And again, New York with the triple.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
And Towns throws it down.
Oh, that's a nice read from Brunson out of the pick and roll.
Outside Tatum. There's the triple. It's rebounded by New York.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the paint. Out to Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Towns. Brunson outside. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. They trail by 6. Nice ball movement by Boston. The kick out to Holiday. Tatum down low. Shoots over Anunoby. Nails the baby hook. Tatum's got 6 points.
And there's the frame being put to use by Tatum. He knows he's dangerous down low.
Anunoby, no good. Celtics trail by 4. To the inside. White. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Outside, Towns. The kick out to Anunoby. Brunson scanning the floor. Back to Hart. Fires the 3. New York missing again. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Knicks out front, leading by just 2. And we'll get this.
14.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And the NBA, right or wrong, Stan, has been called a copycat league before. If something works, it catches on quick. Is that a fair statement?
Well, I think it is to some degree, Kevin. Certainly, we all watch each other and learn from each other, and you're always looking to see what someone else does in their system that would fit into what you do, but you can never fully copy another team because the personnel is different.
Yeah, every roster is different, isn't it? And you've got to tailor things you want to do with what you've got.
That's exactly right. So if my personnel is not the same as yours, I might be able to take a little bit of what you do, but I can't take it wholesale.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. New York leading by 3. Payne looking around. Fires for 3. And it's Shamet missing.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Hey, Jaylen Brown is a strong dude. He takes the hit and completes the play.
On the free throw, no good. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Up to Payne. New York needs to get off a shot. And taken away by Brown. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And the dunk by Horford.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
Here's Payne. He has yet to score. Pass to Achua. Off target with his 3. Boston trailing. To the middle. Here's Cornette. And he hits it to tie the game up.
The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
inside. Robinson. And here is Shemet. Back to Robinson. And Robinson throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. So both teams changing it up here. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Now here is Holiday. Pass to White. Launches a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. White's got the lead up to 1 now for the Celtics. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Outside, Porzingis. One-on-one fast break. Hart with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Pass to Hauser. Ball's knocked loose. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Out to Bridges. From outside, off the mark. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. It's a 3-point game. Bridges deciding where to go with it. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And it's the size and mobility of Towns that makes it so hard to deal with, especially when he's looking to score.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
The Knicks leading by 5. Here's Anunoby. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Oh, what a find. The ball just comes out of Brunson's hands on time.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. They get a hand on it. And here we go. Brunson heading to the hoop. So fast in transition. Brunson gets it in there.
An agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And so it's the New York Knicks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Here's Holiday. Nothing on the board. Brown outside. Pass to Tatum. Now here's Porzingis. Defended by Bridges. The Celtics working the ball around now. Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got his first 3 points of the game.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J. And at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
Bridges up top. 6 on the shot clock. Brunson with a clean look. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a 3-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pro's pro.
How about the work ethic there of Towns? He's great at positioning himself on the glass and just outworking the opponent.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
The Knicks leading by 4.
Right there.
Anunoby in the corner. Pass to Hart. Brunson outside. Back to Hart. Towns for 3. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics trail by 4. That's tipped. Stolen by Brunson. Bridges attacking. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Goodness. Mikal Bridges. Thundering slam off the bounce.
Pass to Brown. There's the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Brown's got 9 points.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. New York leading by 3. Brunson with it. Here's Towns. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one. Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback. Well, let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Drew Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Dan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
Wow. Pass to Achua. And he's good on the 3 ball. Achua's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Brown outside. Here's White. Here's the 3. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
3 points.
White's got 10.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. The team's shooting a steady diet from outside.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in this second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
And a new group in for the Celtics. There's a screen by Robinson. Pass to Shamet. Back to Payne. Now, here's Shamet. Porzingis with the rebound. Boston trailing. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Pritchard. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Payne can't hit.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Outside, Porzingis. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Here's Achua. Up and in on the layup. Achua's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Knicks lead, 47.
Here's Pritchard. And that one released in time, but no good. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points.
The Celtics, 43.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for New York. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
On defense, Boston trailing by 4. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Tatum down low. It's rebounded by New York. And stolen by Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
It's good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Pass to McBride. There's a screen by Robinson. 6 to shoot. And it's White with the rebound. Celtics trail by 4. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
A deceptive guard. Holiday draws fouls by keeping his defenders always on their heels over the course of the game.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David. That free throw good from Drew Holiday. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
And Towns throws it down.
And this is what Towns is capable of. He's an incredibly gifted offensive weapon who can score at all 3 levels.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
Hart with it from deep three-point land. They get it again. Now Brunson. They set the pick. The kick out to Towns. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one goes on Anunoby.
And at 7-3, Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Down low. Here's Hart. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson. 6 points for Josh Hart.
And you see how Brunson's fine-tuned his playmaking ability. That pass on time and on point.
And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
To the paint. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And it's a 4-point Knicks lead.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Pass to Brown. To the middle. Here's Holiday. Good D by Anunoby. New York leading by 4. Here's Hart. The layup off target. So it's the Celtics now. White goes in. Tatum with it. Defended by Bridges. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A fluid, talented scorer with length. Tatum is hard to defend because of that versatility.
And so Tatum nails them both.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
To the inside. Here's Towns. Gets it to go from 8 feet. And the Knicks lead by 4.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting the chance to come up big for his team. And you can rely on Porzingis in these moments. He's always ready to shoulder the load offensively.
The kick out to Towns. New York moving the ball around. And here's Brunson. Back to Hart. Fires from deep. And Tatum pulls it down. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. A 2-point game.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
There's the pick. Pass to Towns. Inside. Hart. That one no good. White with the defensive effort. Brown with it to take the lead. Get the rebound. Holiday. Yes!
A fearless shot there by Holiday. With the whole team counting on him, he is able to come through.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes. He wants everyone on the same page. What do you think we're going to see here?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
To the inside. Here's Towns. It's in! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
So skilled working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
The kick out to Brown. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll take a quick break then. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Knicks trailed by 4. There's the screen. Outside, Towns. And they recover it. Now, Anunoby. Pass to Towns. Sinks the triple. Towns has got 23 points.
And how about the confidence right there? Towns feeling like he can shoot whenever and wherever he wants.
Here's Porzingis. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Well, once he gets a step to the rim like that, it's going to take more of a defensive effort to force the miss.
Here's Hart. That shot misses. White with the defensive effort. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
Pass to Hart. Now here's Brunson. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Now, Anunoby. The three, Bridges. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Back to Holiday. Hart with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Pass to Bridges. Shoots over White. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Boston. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Hart. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
From deep, Brunson. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Nerves never show through. Brunson as calm and cool as they come down the stretch.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Thoughts on what coach wants to do here?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
In the corner, it's Bridges. Right between the eyes. And we've got a timeout for Joe Mazzulla. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Yeah, big call there on the goaltend. He just didn't get to it soon enough. Boy, that's a tough break.
Porzingis with the steal. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
The hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
That was a giant trip to the line.
And no secret here, guys. They've got to get a 3 if we're going to get yet another overtime.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game.